Hi there, welcome back to my Moomin commentary, where we worship the mozzarella hippos. The Moomins have a very big presence in this world. Because of that, it's obviously gained some merchandise, right? Just like with most things that are very popular, there's gotta be some kind of keychain for it, and Moomin is no exception. I once heard that Moomins was like the Mickey Mouse of Finland, and you know what? Totally makes sense. So, along with all this merchandise of stuff, there's also other things, such as video games, board games, and other things. And this video is about video games, but also a board game. But before I get into the list of the things I'm listing, I just want to quickly mention that none of this is, like, the only Moomin games that have ever existed ever, because that's impossible. There's tons of these games. These are, like, the most significant Moomin games, and I thought they were interesting, so now you're gonna think that they're interesting, because I'm forcing you. So yeah, now let's talk about the games. But before I do that, I just want to mention that 85% of subscribers aren't subscribed. Wait. First game on our list, which I'm basing off the game section of the Moomins wiki, is called Moomin Game. This board game had the premise of going up a vertical board and traversing through Moomin Valley, quote-unquote, looking for Moomin Mama's basement key, which she somehow misplaced in all of Moomin Valley. Good job, Moomin Mama. You did a good job. The players also would have to get shiny rocks and clamshells to bring home. It's very charming, and I think the premise so cute. Gotta go find the key for Moomin Mama? That's awesome. Love that. And considering it's the first, like, Moomin-related game, I think, it brings a lot to the table, you know? It's look at that art. It's pretty, it's good, it's awesome. Also, this Grok, I would die for her. Look at her. She's so good. After this publication of 1950, they also re-released it in 1998. Surprise! And there was a couple noticeable changes, such as the paper keys, rocks, and shells were now plastic. Also, the box art, and I believe the board art changed, I'm not exactly sure, but if it is changed, I'll put a picture. Most notably, out of everything, is the pieces are now Moomin characters. It reminds me of Monopoly. I don't know, it's just really cute. It's also worth mentioning, while I was doing this research, that I noticed they looked like surprisingly similar to other Moomin products, such as the advent calendars for Moomin. I don't know why that's so similar, but like, I don't know, maybe they reused it, or like it was overproduced. I also think that these Moomin figures were used for other things, because I saw on eBay a while ago, they were like used for like candy eggs on like, it was like for candy, like they would put it in the eggs and then they would hatch out of the chocolate. Also, Moomin Papa is dead. The next game, which is called Jidou e Eiken Taiou Eigo Tanjoubi no Okurimono, I think. Sorry for my bad pronunciation. I know that the franchise I'm covering is mainly Japanese and Finnish languages, so I'm a little out of the loop on how everything's pronounced and how everything works, and I apologize, but, the English translation is this, so I'm gonna call this the TV Moomin game, because that's what the game was based off of. The TV Moomin game, released on the Sega Pico, yikes, is a point-and-click game that has the vibes of, like, those old Windows 98 games, like Putt-Putt and other games, which are less important than Putt-Putt. There's, like, no information on the wiki. Besides that, it's kind of like, I don't know what the purpose of this game is. Like, in the game, you point and click on random objects which say, in English, the name of the object, right? So if you point and click on a window, it goes window. So my personal theory is that this game was made for kids to learn other languages, unless the video I found on it has the setting for English instead of other languages. I'm not exactly sure. If you know what this is actually for, please let me know. I am very curious. The game starts off with Moomin Troll and Snork Maiden on the bridge, and Moomin's like, "Hey, what do you want for your born day?" And she goes, I want that star in the sky. And Moomin just kind of looks at her. So Moomin does the only reasonable thing that any man would do and goes to look for the actual star in the sky. After some very exciting gameplay inside the Moomin house, he goes outside and he's like, "Hey Sniff, I'm looking for a star." So Sniff obviously replies, "Look." So then Moomin goes to say hi to a sea monster, and then Snuffkin, and then he goes back to Snork Maiden empty-handed, and he's just like, "Here's roses instead of the star, you stupid." And that's just like it. Like, that's the game. Like, Moomin failed, and that was just it. Like, that was the bad ending, maybe? After this, there's a little test of what's what, such as, is the flower called Purple Flower, or is it called Skittles, you know? And the game just ends there. Anyways, that's TV Moomin game. Completely absurd and wild, and I'm all here for it. The next game is entirely in Finnish, which is not surprising, and I don't understand any of it, but I'll try figuring it out. After I translated the wiki page, we get Moomin's Hidden, which is really ominous. This game is also a point and clicker, but it's just like really not interesting. So you like poke this orange ball and then it bounces because it's a point and click game and you're 2 years old. And there's other things besides that, such as color game, memory game, crying after hearing Little Mai's laugh. The wiki says the goal of the game is finding Tamatasu, which I'm not sure if I pronounced it right, I'm sorry. But it's a character that I haven't heard of before the video, and she's like a little otter friend, and I love her very much. Her name in English is Sticky Paw. Oh my god. She was like apparently in Moomin Papa's stories. I love her so much. Oh my god. Anyways, the goal is finding Sticky Paw by clicking random things, and eventually you find her under a towel, and she sails away. I love her. I would die for her. I love her. Anyway, that's Moomin's Hidden. The next Moomin game, aka fucking Fear, is called the Grand Moomin Party, and oh boy, it's in a glorious 3D. Besides it being absolutely stunning, it's also a point and clicker, and I'm starting to see a pattern. This game is unique in the fact that you can be scared and entertained by the fun family games such as Air Balloon Game, Shaky Shaky Paint Game, Riding Your Wheel with stickers, and Crying. What is this? Why is this? Why does Little Mai scream so much? I'm scared. Pick me up, Mom. This game has like the proper voice actors from the original series, the 90s one in Japan, besides Sniff, which is like great. I mean, like, good for them, but like, what? I'm sure it was good during its time, but like, I don't really know what to say about this. Anyway, here's a link to the full gameplay. I've linked like 2 things in the description. Have fun, dude. I'm gonna go cry for 50 hours straight. Goodbye. The next game is, oh my god, it's a point and clicker. Will it ever end? Moomin in the Magician's Hat is far more advanced than the other games. And when I say advanced, I mean it looks pretty and it sounds good. Not only that, but Snuffkin looks great. Loving this. Anyways, but presumably, characters have themselves wrapped up in the Hobgoblin's business. On the wiki, it says that after he, like, got the ruby from Thingamy and Bob, you know, in the 90s series, it broke apart, and old Hobby here got real sad. And now it's our job to fix the problem and find the ruby pieces, or something, I think. I don't know. It sure is something. This game is mostly point and clicking, you know, because it's a point and clicker, but there's also mini games such as the last game, such as Cake and Clock. Very nice! There's not much to say about this, but everything's in a different language. I'm really limited here, I'm sorry. Moomin's Tale, aka the most popular Moomin game, I believe, is not a point and clicker! God bless the rains down in Africa, I am free! Moomin's Tale is a very charming little Game Boy game, believe it or not. This game was mostly platforming, which, thank God, I am so happy I'm not talking about another point-and-clicker game. The premise of this game is that Moomin needs to get back Moomin Mama's prize handkerchief, which she somehow lost in all of Moomin Valley? A common problem for most handkerchief users, I am sure. Also, the European release was like super simplified from the Japanese release, removing the hub world and some placements of certain levels. And it's interesting because I say it is. It is interesting. You are interested. I think it is very charming and sweet and in place in the Moomin franchise for this game. We're back to point and click! Moomins and the Invisible Child is a point-and-click game released in 1999. Let's go. I'm gonna cry. This game is like really sweet and charming because in the game you have to do different tasks with Nini to get her to be visible again, which is just fucking great. Like if I made a Moomin game, that's what it'd be about. So you do things like pick apples, color, do music with Snufkin. Oh my god, is that the first canon interaction between the two? I think it is. And also mushroom picking. The art style is like really pleasant to the eyes, and the concept is great. This is good. Thank you. I'm happy. It's still a point and click! Moomins in the Magic Winter is not a point and click game, but it kind of is. Like it's like tiny mini games compiled into one game. And also it's multiplayer, I think. The premise is that Moomin and Little Mai do things such as scream, bounce, snow, cry, and more! Also, the footage I found for this has a speedrun timer next to it, which is hysterical. You go, dude. Follow your dreams. This game also has the same art style as Moomins and the Invisible Child, which is the prior game I just talked about. So I guess they had to, they had a deal with a company and they made a couple games or something and worked with the same producer, which is great. I love this style. Which is unfortunate because, god damn it, I hate it here. What is this? What is happening? Why does it look like this? We were having such a nice time. I was happy. I was okay. I was fine with a point and clicker. But now, I hate it again. This is horrid. What the fuck? Why does Sniff look like an off-brand Looney Tunes character? Why did we listen to this weird song about bananas and hippos? What is this game about? The wiki article says that the game just, doesn't end? What does that mean? Is this hell? Am I in purgatory? In this game, you can play Sniff's game, Little Mai's game, and Build Car game. You know, because Moomins have cars and use cars. And also that's canon now, I guess? I love the Moomin book where Moomin Papa fucking rams a Honda Civic Type R into the Moomin house. This is the best. I'm so happy. In the script that I wrote, I don't think I even gave this game a name. Because I was just so fucking pissed about it. I don't know what this is called. Sorry, I guess. Here's the name on the screen. I'll look it up later. The Moomins and the Mysterious Cries of... That's the title. That's it. That's all. It's a game that has the same vibe as the prior game, Moomin and the Magician's Hat. But this time, it's better, I think. There's more locations, and I don't know what's happening, but it's because it's all in Finnish, but, you get to experience the joy of it being on a DS. Which is really fortunate because it's a point-and-click game! The game's premise is that there's mysterious cries out there somewhere, and also Snork's involved, I think. I don't know what's happening, and I don't really care, so we're moving on, sorry. Moomins in the Great Autumn Festival is the prior game, but instead we play festival games, and that's it. That's all the current release games. But I also want to give a hefty mention to the next big Moomin game that's releasing soon. And I'm not sponsored, but I'm just, really excited. Snufkin, Melody of Moomin Valley. Look at this. It's so pretty. It's so gorgeous. I'm in love. I have a lot of excitement for this game, and I have no idea if it'll be good, but I'm hoping for the best. It looks really cute, and it's a Snufkin game. Did I make this video to talk about this game for a little bit? Maybe. Anyways, I chatted with someone who's working on the game on a Discord server, and I asked them what the game was gonna be about, if it was a platformer, or if it was a first-person shooter. It's a puzzle-solving game. They also said that NFTs suck, so I trust them wholeheartedly. The developers of this game have made other games such as this, and this, so it's anyone's game, really. However, I think it's gonna be nice because they're not entirely basing it off the new series, which is what I thought they would have done. It has a very charming old Moomin style, which I love, and I also love the papery aesthetic. I'm so excited for when this comes out. There's no release date, but the confirmation of news about the development is early 2022, which is right now. Hoping for the best. Okay, it's the video. You can go now. You can leave. You can beat it. Go away. Go. Shoot. La la la. Hi, editor's note. You remember that time that I did that video on eBay and like I found that DS Moomin game and like yeah, that's a game I did not remember to list. So to apologize to all of my viewers who would like to know about this mysterious Moomin game, I'm gonna be releasing another video that's not about this video, but is about this video, because I'm gonna play that game, but I'm not gonna lecture you about it. So, sorry I didn't mention it. I'll do another video. It's okay. Shut up. Be quiet. Go back to your corner. Okay, bye. Thanks. Love you.